Hey guys, it's Jason with the Board Game Mechanics, and today we're going to take a look at a dice game called Die of the Dead. Die of the Dead is a game from Radical 8 Games, plays 2 to 5 players, 45 minutes-ish, and what you're doing in this is it's effectively a dice rolling game where you're trying to get one of your dice, which is basically going to be like a soul. We're kind of going to reenact the Day of the Dead, and we're trying to get one of our souls back to the land of the living so they can see their family. So the way this works is you're going to be using these coffins here, putting dice in them, shaking them, trying to have higher numbers than your opponents in certain spaces so you can start climbing up some steps to be the first player, get to the top. There's a little more to it than that, but not a whole lot. This is a pretty straightforward and simple game, but let's go down to the table, check it out. All right, so here's a game of Die of the Dead, all set up for 3 players. Let's get rid of Totoro for a second. To set up, you're going to build the stairs. You basically have to build the Magnolia steps one time. And once you build them, they foot in the box. So you build the stairs. Then after that first time, you're going to set up like this. You're going to put out all of the token spaces here. You're going to lay out the coffin spaces here from 1, 2, 3, 4. They're always in that order. The first coffin will be open. The other ones will be face, closed with the skull side up. You're going to put the Power Souls board out here with the 3 Power Souls. Basically, they're dice with skulls on the 3 and 4 side. They're like wild dice. Then you're going to give each player a player board. Based on the number of players, each player is going to start differently. So I've already done that. Basically, the red player gets one in the first casket because they're first, hence Totoro. And they get one on their power board. The second player will get one in the first and second casket, nothing on their player board, and the third player gets one in the first, second, and one on their player board. Now, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to use Totoro to kind of know whose turn it is so I don't lose track because it's kind of easy in this one, so that's kind of why he's hanging out. All right, so the game is really easy. On your turn, you're going to pick one of the caskets to take an one of the caskets to take an action in. So the actions are pretty easy. Add up to 3 prepared souls. A prepared soul is a die on your board, or a free soul, which is any die that's not on your board, or 1 free soul to this casket. The goal of the game is to try to get your souls up the stairs to the top, which is the land of the living. So you're trying to be the first player to get, I think it's not up 9 steps, so 1 die on each step till you get one on the top. And you're going to be doing that by moving these caskets around, getting them over here, doing some shaking, and trying to have higher numbers than everybody else to move up the dice. So that's enough talking about it. Each of the things are going to do what they do. So this one will be add some dice, shake it. If it's a 1, it'll shift. This will be prepare 2 souls. You'll shake it. If you have the highest number in here, you get a prepare die. If there's a 1, it shifts. This one is shake the casket, remove any duplicates. So this is how you can get other people's dice out of the caskets. And then you're going to gain a token, which is basically going to be special abilities you can use on your turn. And this one's how you're going to shake. You're going to shake, and whoever has the highest numbers is going to take 2 of their dice out of here and start moving up the steps. And then you get to do one of the other bonuses, get a power soul, another die up the step, or move the coffins around. So let's just get started. So I think what red wants to do is they want to prepare some souls. So they're going to prepare 2 souls. So they take 2 souls here, put them on the board. You don't have to roll them. Rolling them is not necessary right now. Then what we're going to do, we're going to shake the casket, and we're going to compare who has the highest number. So white has the highest number. The winner gets to prepare a soul. So white gets to prepare a soul. And then blue, there was not a 1, so nothing would shift. If there was a 1, the coffins would kind of, slide down. They always slide just 1 space, so the 4 would become 1, so on and so forth. So that was red's turn. Now it's white's turn. I think they're going to just throw a free soul into casket number 1. Whenever you add something to casket number 1, if there's more than 3 or more than 2 different colored dice, you have to shake it. So we'll shake it. And then we have this. There is a number 1 in there, so we'll shift. So what we're going to do is we're going to shift this one to 1. This will slide down, this will slide down, This will slide down and get covered up. And then this one now becomes casket 1, and we're able to look inside it. All right, so that was white player's turn. Then we're going to go to blue. Blue's going to do this one. They're going to prepare 2 souls. So they'll go there, and then they're going to shake this one. Highest number gets to prepare a soul. So it looks like 5 and 5. Then white has more, so they have the higher second number. So they'll get to prepare a soul. There are no 1s. So white gets to prepare another soul. And then that was blue's turn. So then it comes back down to here. I'm trying to show you what happens when you go up the steps here too, so we can kind of see everything. Now red's just going to do this. They're going to put 3 souls in coffin number 1. And that's their turn. Only 1 color in there, so they don't have to shake. This player, is there anything in there? Yeah, they're going to use this one. So they're going to shake the casket and remove each player's duplicates. So there aren't any duplicates because nobody has more than 1, but they also going to get a token. So this is the tokens here. A green token will let you swap 2 adjacent caskets. A red token, add a prepared soul to a casket before the player shakes it, which is the one they want to take. You can only ever have 2 tokens. The purple is add a soul to a casket and remove 1, so you can get one of your opponents out. And this blue one is adjust a pip down or up, and that's their turn. Back to blue. I think blue is going to also go into coffin number 1, and that means we got to shake it. And we got a 1. So everything's going to shift. So this will come here, down, 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 cover, 1, uncover. All right, and then that was their turn. So now we're going to go to red. All right, I'm going to try this one. There's dice in here. Let's try it so you can see it. So you're going to shake the casket and compare souls. Ascend 2 of the winner's souls from the casket. So the blue wins. They only have 1 die, so they get to ascend 1. Okay. So what happens here is when you ascend, you have to start at the bottom step, and then going from there, every time you ascend, you go 1 step higher than where your last die was. And when you go here, you're going to get a bonus. So I'm going to put my die right there on the power soul, and what that means is I now take a power soul into my supply, and I can start loading that up whenever I'm ready. So that was red's turn. So now we're on to white's turn. Blue also gets red will also get a bonus action. Either move the caskets, gain a power soul, or ascend. I'm actually going to gain a power soul. Right there. All right, now it's white's turn. White is going to prepare, do this one. Shake the casket. Nope, that's not good. They'll just add their 2 souls over here, and they'll be done. Blue, going over here. They need to get some souls prepared, so they're going to take this action. They're going to prepare 2 souls. They'll prepare the power soul and this one. Okay. And then they will shake the casket and compare. The winner prepares a soul, and if 1, they get shifted. So 5, 4, 2 for blue. So blue is the winner. They get to prepare another soul. No 1, so nothing shifts. So 3 souls prepared. All right, back to red. What does red want to do? They need to get some stuff in there. They're going to do this one, prepare 2. Then they're going to shake. The winner prepares a soul, so it looks like that's red because they have a 5. So red prepares a soul. And then there aren't any 1s, so it's not shifting. All right, done. White. It's actually going to just throw a free soul in here. Then over to blue. They're going to throw their 3 souls into there. Now there's more than 1 color, so we have to shake. All right, so I rolled a wild. This can be any number that I want. And right now, blue's going to make it a 1 because they want these to move. So they're going to shift. So this one comes here. Shift, shift, shift. And this is open. All right. And that was blue's turn. All right, and this is how the game is going to keep going. You're going to be able to use tokens on your turn when they apply. It'll say on the card when you can and can't use it. Until one person has all their dice, one color of all their dice, all the way up to the top. So when that happens, the game is immediately over, and that person wins the game. So that's how you play Die of the Dead. Let's go to the top, see what we think about it. All right, well, that was Die of the Dead. So first off, I want to talk about the production and components of this game. So look at these caskets. These are amazing. The art is incredible. They open up. The lid, which I think it should go this way, but I understand from the design it goes this way so you guys can see the dice. Has some cool skulls inside, so you know stuff is resting on there. I think these are really a really cool component, and when you're not using playing the game, you can throw the dice in there, which is cool. I like these Power Souls dice. They have the skull on the 3 and 4 side, which is a wild, which is really cool. The dice are really nice quality and really nice component, and yeah, I like all that. I like these boards a lot. The art is really cool. I have no complaints here. Says what it needs to say. Hold 3 dice. That's it. One thing I didn't go over is each board also has a flip side, which has a special ability. And if you want to play that, it's going to give you some stuff when you're starting. And it's going to give you a special ability when you take certain types of actions. I didn't do that. It doesn't add tremendous amount to the game, but it does jazz it up just a little bit. So I wanted to point that out. All of them are different. So if you wanted to roll that way, you can. But just for the sake of this, I wanted to just show you how the game kind of plays. I like these cards as well. I didn't show this, but there's a side that has the text, which tells you what it does. And then once you get familiar, there's a side that just has the symbology, which is also pretty neat. So if you don't want to look at all those words and you understand the game quite a bit, flip it to that side and you're good to go, which I think is cool. Probably my least favorite part are these tokens here. So I showed you one side. These tokens are also... or these boards are also double-sided, so they have a couple different player powers that you can get throughout the game. I like this enough. It's fine. I just feel like, I don't know, they didn't help as much as I was hoping. Maybe I just don't know how to use them, or I'm not good at this game. But yeah, they're fine. I understand what they're trying to do here, give you a little bit extra to do on your turn. But I don't know. They didn't help as much as I thought they would, which was kind of a bummer. Now the thing I want to show you the most is the steps. Here are the steps. It has a really cool board on the back with some awesome art. You couldn't even see it most of the time. It just holds the stairs up. But the stairs are really cool. I don't know how well they came across in the video, but if you look at them, I'm gonna try not to have it fall apart. If you look at them, they have bonuses, and you can kind of see what the bonuses are in the back and the bottom. So no matter how you're looking at it, you can see the bonus. And the top has the cool Land of the Living art, so you can kind of, see all that. Kind of an unnecessary component. You could just use a track, but it looks sweet. So I am pretty impressed by the stairs. I like the stairs. So that's the production. Now let's talk about gameplay. So this is effectively a lucky dice rolling game. And when I say that, I mean you don't really have a lot of ways to manipulate your dice. The only option that you have is the power die, where if a skull comes up, you have some options to say what number you want that to be. But outside of that, you're at the mercy of getting just more dice. You want to get more dice in each casket, so when you shake, you have a higher probability of getting a higher number, so you can ascend the steps. But outside of that, I mean, there's not a lot of decision or manipulation of the dice. The decisions come in which caskets you want to use, and trying to fill up casket number 1 so you can have the more dice moving down to the end, so you have a higher shot of climbing the stairs, because it's all about climbing the stairs. So those caskets 1, 2, and 3 are kind of preparing your dice to get them to the proper position number 4, where they can start climbing up the stairs. I don't mind the luck. I'm fine with lucky games. This game's short enough that it doesn't really matter if it's super lucky or not. But I can see how some people will be bummed out by that, because once the dice is in the casket, it's out of your hands. Just shake it and see what happens. But I'm cool with it. I think it's fun. So, and shaking this thing with the dice in there is awesome. It feels so good. So that's my favorite part of Yahtzee, is rolling the dice, or like Dice Town, using that little stupid cup and slamming it down on the ground. I love that. It's so satisfying. So putting dice in a casket and shaking it up, that's sweet. I mean, just listen. That's amazing. I love that. So, yeah, I mean, I can see how people would not like that. I don't mind it. I would like some more being able to manipulate some dice. I mean, there is this one that lets you manipulate a die up or down, which can come in handy, but again, you got to have the token. You can only have 2 tokens. If other people have the tokens and they're not using them, you can't get the token. So, yeah, I mean, it's a lucky game. It's a dice game. When you play dice games, there's going to be luck. It just is what it is, unless, you're using dice as like workers, or you have perfect information and all that stuff. But this is not one of those games. This is a simple chuck in, rolling and seeing what happens type of games. And I'm okay with that. I think every now and then it's okay to play a game like that where you don't have to burn your brain every 5 minutes and you can just roll some dice and see what happens. That's fun. It's interesting and I enjoy it. So I'm going to give this a BGM accepted seal. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10 on BGG, which is a 3.5 out of 5 on an arbitrary range scale. That means absolutely nothing. But we have to give it the games that we enjoy, and that's what I'm going to do. So that's Die of the Dead from Radical 8 Games. I'm Jason with the Board Game Mechanics, and as always, keep gaming.